Love for Kane.
I also like Kane, but this is the one day I will never support him. 2 days actually. KKR game and a New Zealand game.
Oh yeah.
That is
But
true.
Kane is able.
Are we live, guys?
We're live.
We are
Live.
live.
And
Of
I can
course.
breathe. Oh, Nikhil is with us. Wait, hold on.
Octopus
Nikhil.
I have a
Nikhil.
question to ask.
Nikhil.
I need to buy lottery tickets. What do? What number should I go
Ask
for?
me.
Yes, you got it spot on.
175 you said. This is the second time you have
He's
got
got
it
it
spot
exact.
on. The other day you said 162. You got 162. Now 175 also spot on. Man,
Oh
what
my God.
What some puja and all you do? Please tell us.
Actually, I did puja a few days ago, so
Yeah.
I do.
maybe
I do puja. I do rituals. I ensure
And he
that I
still
don't
loved
eat non-veg
26?
on a Tuesday. Yet 25 out of 25 zip. No score has gotten me right.
no. But now you join the right side, Sid. So now because you picked the right team, that means you're going to be winning tonight.
Sunrisers is saying.
Sunrise,
I
We
have no
disagree.
problem.
Shane and I disagree.
I wholeheartedly
I have
disagree.
no
No, no,
problem
no, no.
with me winning the teams. I have broken that streak a long time back. But the score 0-25, man.
Is it 0-25?
But it's okay. It's okay. What was your prediction for the score?
185.
Pretty
185. That's still close. I said 210.
I said 200.
Okay, but I predicted one thing right was a Russell show.
Yeah.
Even though he did not
Yes,
score.
yes. Talking about the match, guys, for all our family members and all, what an exhibition by not just by Dre Russ, but
also by
Nitish
Rana.
Superb bowling from Umran Malik, finally 2 for 27, 150.1. That over that he bowled to Russell, I think summed up- masterful. 2 runs, and he got
5 dot balls.
Exactly.
How do you bowl 5 dot balls to
And
Dre Russ?
the most pleasing sight for me when he bowled Shreyas Iyer with that Yorker, the celebration that
Dale
Dale
Steyn
Steyn and Muthaiya Muralidharan had, absolutely sensational to watch.
Like it was a plan maybe. If you see, before that, this guy Umran bowled shorter deliveries, okay? Short of length balls, put him on the back foot, and then even though Shreyas was expecting, he was behind
Yes.
way deep into his crease, and then he missed that Yorker, boss.
Yes,
Beaten for pace.
Parminder Singh also
Our regular
echoes
fan.
that sentiment that how Umran Malik bowled. Shreyas Iyer to Arman ne डरा के out किया.
Correct.
Yes, it was masterful indeed by Umran Malik, and let's not forget Nattu, T. Natarajan. What a spell!
First ball, I think so. He picked a wicket first ball last
Yes.
game also. That bowled.
Yes.
Today also again another wicket with his first ball, and this time Venkatesh Iyer had no clue, boss.
Absolutely. So
And
Nikhil,
I also want to highlight one thing
Yeah.
before you guys discuss the game. Only 3 players for KKR crossed the double digits.
Yes.
There were 7 or 8, 7 others. No, not 7, 6. 2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5,
4,
6.
5, 6,
Yeah,
7.
only
Only 6 others were there who could not even reach double digits.
Yes.
And Umesh Yadav, I am not counting because he was not out.
Yeah. But Nikhil, Umran Malik, we have been panning him for only speed, no control. But today he proved us all wrong, right? What a spell of bowling.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the standout moment from this innings was that Umran Malik over to Dre Russ.
Yes.
Yup.
Imagine, he had Dre Russ on the mat. I can't forget that sight. If I was a still photographer, I would keep that image for posterity. That image of Dre Russ lying on his back, flat.
Yup.
And who did that? Umran Malik. You mustn't also forget that I think teams have figured out, and I'm going to spend some time on that, talking about Shreyas Iyer. I get a lot of hate sometimes from our subscribers who watch us very often on occasions that I've been a bit circumspect about Shreyas Iyer's capability in Test cricket. So whenever we've spoken about Test cricket, future of Test cricket, I've been a bit reluctant to already announce Shreyas Iyer as this next big thing, and that's primarily on the back of the fact that he has looked uncomfortable against short pitch bowling. Yes, he got you all those runs versus New Zealand at home, but remember, tougher tests await him in Test cricket. So that is something that you need to look at. Now, this is not even Test cricket. This is not even red ball cricket. This is white ball cricket in Indian conditions, albeit that today conditions were helping the seam bowlers. Yet, you knew the first thing that he came out to bat, he was peppered with some short pitch deliveries by every fast bowler, Shreyas Iyer. So and the word is out now. Everybody knows. Marco Jansen, I think, is the one. And that shot that Shreyas played, it went for 4, but he looked very uncomfortable. It could have been out. It actually just escaped you had Markram in the slip.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
slip,
Yeah.
the slip cordon.
Missed his hand. Looked uncomfortable there. Umran Malik did the same. So I'm telling you that there is an issue, and the word really spreads around in international cricket. Now, as an Indian cricket fan, I'm going to be a bit worried because I think he's the guy. And if you remember, pre-show we were talking about Ajinkya Rahane, whether he'll get a chance or not, and we thought that youngsters should be given an extended run. And so I think the next in line, the likes of Shreyas Iyer, will be given that extended run, and that should be the case. But I'm saying the word is out. Everyone knows that short pitch delivery is an issue. Marco Jansen showed it when he was bowling. And so that is something that he'll have to work against. The second thing I think which we need to spend some time talking about is Kolkata Knight Riders' strategy. Are you always going to bat like this, that go bang bang in the sense? And that's what exactly everyone tried to do. I thought when they lost early wickets, maybe Naren wasn't the right guy to send there because you needed to consolidate from there on. They did send him. That experiment didn't quite work. I think they need to find a strategy, and I know that some of you may still pick KKR, but I think for all you know, they may still win, but I don't think this is the right way. This is a ground that produces in excess of 200. If you're below par, then you need to reassess your batting strategy, and that's one area where they really need to work on. I don't know, going forward, what will happen. Umran Malik, yes, I was one of those guys who said he needs to be dropped, but I think he's learning, he's improving. He can yet be expensive on days because he only bowls at one length. I think when he can develop some sort of variation, because right now the fast ball is the one that's giving him some wickets, but as soon as he can develop some variations, he can develop some sort of change of pace and other things is armory, like Natarajan is showing. That's when I'll be 100% convinced of Umran Malik. I'll still wait and to pass a judgment on him.
I mean, if I have to carry forward Nikhil's point, I mean, KKR are relying on this template primarily because Andre Russell is firing. If Russell doesn't fire, then that whole template goes for a toss. Then.
True.
And it could have gone for a toss.
It could really have.
Yes.
And that's a problem for them because you see their top order also is not firing. Like in terms of their openers, consistently they don't get starts that they are looking for.
Exactly.
Today again, Aaron Finch hit that 1-6
And
then what? We discussed this. We don't think Aaron Finch is the answer because I've seen him play for Australia also in the last 1.5 years, and he really hasn't done anything at all. It's just that he's the captain.
What was that change of stance? I believe he's changed his stance to get better. That only made him worse. That
Somehow it's actually made him worse.
Because I think Nikhil,
doesn't move at all.
my experience, my kind of assumption in that is because he's been troubled by that in-swinger so much, and Bhuvaneshwar and all the others could have exploited that. That's why that explains the change of stance, but doesn't explain his change of fortunes, which has not happened. 1.5 years, as Siddhant pointed out, consistently he's been failing. He was in the Australia T20 squad, but they won the World Cup, but his returns were very negligible. Barring that one game against Bangladesh, he was woeful. In the semi-final, plum LBW, repeat, happened in Lahore.
I'm saying in 10 innings, he gives you 150 and then 9 innings if he's not giving you anything. Would you keep him in your side?
No.
Just the fact that he's the captain of the side, you have got him there, and that is why Australia continuously playing him because they won the T20 World Cup under him. But let's not forget, Australia before that were ranked 6th in the world in T20 rankings. That's because they were doing poorly.
Yeah, and they had lost 8 out of 10 T20s heading into the World T20.
True.
4-1 against West Indies, 4-1 against
Bangladesh. So
even New Zealand won 2. So they were ranked outsiders. But again, Finch is a good man manager. But again, with the bat, I'm sorry, boss.
Nikhil, what about Venkatesh Iyer? What sort of second season blues you are seeing? What do you reckon? Again, looked out of sorts and then got bowled by a beauty. Probably did not read the length properly.
Yeah, I think, I'm going to speak for both Venkatesh Iyer and Ruturaj Gaikwad because they both had a standout season and then got picked for the Indian team. I don't know, and this is, just a sort of hypothesis that I have, looking at, what they may be doing and what is it that's ailing them. They can't become good or worse batsmen in a period of 8 to 10 months, right? Or it's even less than that, actually, considering the second half of the IPL last year happened towards the second half of the year. So what could be the reason? I was giving it some thought as to why are they not performing at that same level? And the one thing that I've seen in that gap between the last IPL and this is the fact that they played for the Indian team. Usually you would say someone who spent time with the Indian team, he'd get better because of international exposure, would be even better than the IPL. But why these two not being able to replicate the form. And I think it could well be related to the fact that they played for India. What happens is at that time, imagine, that last season, they hadn't debuted for India and there was this aim that, I need to play for the Indian team. That is not to say that hunger doesn't exist anymore, but when you're thinking a lot about, what your chances are for the Indian team, what you really need to do at the time, maybe that is a hindrance. What happened last season, again, I'm second guessing, maybe they were playing for the franchise. They were just looking at what they need to do in terms of a batsman batting at top of the order to help their franchise win. So the thinking was very simple. Now they played for India. Now the entire thought is going to be not only what they need to do for the franchise, what they need to do individually, because there's a competition for a lot of players in the Indian team. Is that something that's playing on their mind? Is that competition for that India spot playing on their mind? And is it what is causing them some sort of confusion in the head when they go out to bat? Maybe. I'm saying if they go back to the basic and just think of what is it that I need to do in this game? What is it that I need to just do in this particular situation to help my team win? If they went back to that basic, I think they'd be all right. I do not think that they're looking at the basic. They may have been complicating things because they have many other things to look at, not just the franchise, but also their personal batting form. What happens to them when they're going forward with regards to the Indian team, the T20 World Cup around the corner. I think sometimes a lot of things when you're thinking about it, that may cause some sort of confusion. So just simplify things. If I could offer them any advice, just simplify things. Just think of the moment, think of that match, what they need to do for their franchise. And for all you know, we might see the best of them. But this also leads me to the fact, and I really want to point out to a lot of people who, share their opinion saying, drop Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, get this guy, get that guy who's performing well. Again, I say, and these are perfect examples, that you got to wait for, reaping benefits of IPL performances into international cricket. It's a big gap. And so, if these guys aren't performing, then just don't hurry into dropping the likes of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, who may not be performing at the moment. They're still gold standard when it comes to batting.
Exactly. So Salim P. Hassan is complimenting us, guys. Watching from Dubai, loved your opinions about cricket and the knowledge of the game, what you have. Thank you so much, Salim, for the kind comments. We aim to please every single time. Parminder Singh, I think he's echoing the fact that, again, just like RR, SRH also kind of have an incomplete bowling. They don't have a good fifth bowling option.
And not just that, like RR, I think one of SRH's biggest problem is they're top heavy in the batting.
Yep.
And that is why I'm still hopeful that with 175 on the board, if KKR get 2 or 3 early wickets, it's still very much game on, because that lower order does not look all that convincing to me.
Indeed. And again, one more question. Virendra Singh Rathod, what happens with Nitish Rana? He plays an excellent innings, but next 10 innings are so bad. Look, as I said, he's kind of like Sanju Samson, but if you look deeper into his stats, for the last 5 to 6 years, Nitish Rana has consistently scored over 300 runs. The problem is that his average has taken a hit, even his strike rate has taken a hit. 2 seasons, he just managed a strike rate of over 140. In 2 seasons, he averaged 30 plus. So, it's not that he plays an excellent innings, he does play a little bit of consistency, but his inconsistent trends are a lot more.
But today I thought they really need that innings from him.
They needed that innings.
Because they were,
not just him, he needed that innings.
31 for 3 they were. And even when Shreyas Iyer got out and they were 70 for 4, you thought you need Rana to be around. Otherwise, this could have been 120 also.
And the thing with
and
Rana
they've done this before. You saw them trying to hit every ball out of the park in one of those games.
Delhi.
And the thing with Rana is his strike rate tends to up significantly once he's played a number of deliveries. So I was seeing a stat on the broadcasters is that if he plays 20 plus deliveries, generally at that point his strike rate will go up to 160 plus. So the key with him is batting long. Of course, the problem is that he knows he can whack them, so he tends to maybe go a little early. That's the key. If he should look to bat himself in, then he's a much better hitter, especially against spinners where he can cleanly connect.
So 150 strike rate today by Nitish Rana, needed that innings. So
absolutely needed.
Shane is not going to change his prediction. Said you're still
never
going with
changing
KKR.
my prediction.
Yes.
Nikhil, change of prediction now that they've got 175,
no,
sticking with SRH.
He's sticking with
2 things I'm going to point out. One, I'm going to take this comment by Raman Singh because it's hilarious. I'm going to answer it. He says, Bhaiya, does Riyan Parag have the MMS of
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh god.
I was scared to take that.
Not answering it, but I just thought, just a comment. That
Interesting one, sure.
And who am I picking? I picked SRH to begin with. I got my score right. I'm hoping I'm getting my prediction out of SRH. Also, don't forget the poster behind me. You know, that is Prime Charles Lara. That's actually a painting. And any team, you know, he's my favorite. And any team is associated with, even in the capacity of being in the, you know, support staff, I'm going to support that team. So SRH it is.
Yeah,
Alright.
that SRH team has a legendary backroom staff. Murli, Moody, Lara, Stain, Lakshman. Wow, what a combo. So guys, join us for the end of the match. Let's see who wins the orange.
Don't
army.
forget to download the Gamezy app, and you can play a second innings, fantasy if you didn't in the first. You can play in 5-over bursts as well. Gives you more chances to win more prize money potentially. And of course, do not forget to join us at the end of the game. Hopefully, I will be in the mood to actually entertain you a little bit more because, well, I'm very nervous right now.
Whether
I'll
it be
very
Korbal
honest
or
with you.
Gojibbo or go. Let's see. Orange
go,
army
go.
or the purple army.
It has to be the purple and gold. It's
Yep,
purple and gold
indeed.
for the win, please.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.